Alright, y'all. So before we go any further, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and don't forget to add your comment on what other videos I should do next. And yeah, y'all, welcome to Flames Reaction Channel. So this video, um, we're gonna check out on why the WWE fans still hating on Jey Uso, and we also gonna check out carrying carrying Kross and WWE. But without further ado, don't forget to turn on that post notification bells. New videos are gonna drop every Tuesday and Saturday at 12 midnight. And also, if you guys want to follow me on my TikTok page, the link will be under the description down below. That's Flames Reaction 6621 on my TikTok page. Um, I will absolutely drop short videos on that platform. But without further ado, let's go ahead and check out this video on Jey Uso and Karrion Kross.
Yeah, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including, it's official, this will be Goldberg's last match ever. WWE didn't have any faith in Jey Uso. Stephanie McMahon drops a truth bomb on Vince McMahon. Is WWE telling writers to ignore the fans? The entire WWE PLE card is up in the air. Did Karrion Kross say goodbye to WWE? Is there hope for LA Knight fans now? Kane returns to wrestling and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at, it's official, this will be Goldberg's last match ever. At top of today's news is now the official announcement that WWE Hall of Famer Bill.
Okay, before we go to the last part of Jey Uso, I want to talk about this right here, Bird and Gunther at Saturday Night Main Event. Now, I was on Twitter the other day, and someone had retweeted it, and the title of that retweet, someone had said, "Do you think Goldberg will earn his championship?" And I was like, yeah, of course, because Goldberg. No, 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 no. I take that back. I said, I don't care about I don't care what WWE. I do not care what WWE fans think of Goldberg. Goldberg deserves to have one final championship. Why? Because Goldberg has been that world champion since his WCW days and stuff like that. I never seen WW. What is wrong with me? Okay, sorry, y'all. What I'm saying is, I never seen WCW before in my entire life. But when I had checked out those classic matches on YouTube and stuff like that, it made me realize that I want to watch some WCW, real old school classic wrestling stuff like that. But anywho, yeah, Goldberg deserves one final championship before he leaves or retire from WWE. You know, even though that Goldberg shows up whenever he wants to, because Goldberg has that knowledge from that. But yeah, I know many fans think that Goldberg is not going to win the world title, and Gunther is going to retain the title. Is going to retain that world title, which, but yeah. Yeah, this part here bothers me. Like, all right, so here's the thing. I'm still trying to figure out what is the issue. Like, why does every WWE fan still having hate against Jey Uso? Like, what do you like? What do these guys have against Jey Uso? Jey Uso came this far and want to have a single championship match, whether it's a it don't matter if it's a IC title match, a United States title match, um, or WWE title matches. But when it comes to world heavy, but when it comes to Jey Uso, this man came this far. 15 years, I might add. 15 years of his career, him going in the ring, competing, fighting, you know, you know, just breaking his back to get exactly where he is. But what the fans don't think, what the
Bill
fans
Goldberg will
not
challenge World
realizing
Heavyweight
is
Champion
that
Gunther for
they're
his
not giving they're not giving Jey Uso a chance to let him shine, to let him prove that he could be. Sorry, my phone
title
going
at
off.
Saturday night's main
Let
event
him
on 12th
prove that he
June.
can
This match
be
is being booked as Goldberg's last
that
match ever,
world
and it will be
champion.
interesting to
But
see how
ever
fans react to
since
it, as
he
WWE
defeated
appears to be
Gunther
using it
at
to counter-program
WrestleMania,
AEW's All-In pay-per-view, which
Jey
airs the very
Uso
same
made
day.
Gunther tapped
Next up,
out.
WWE
He made
didn't
he
have
made
any
him tapped
faith in
out.
Jey Uso. The recent news that Bill Goldberg
And you mean to tell me that y'all fans out there not impressed of Jey Uso becoming the longest reigning champion just because you think that Jey Uso does not deserve to be, just because you think that Jey Uso can't make it this long by holding that championship. Um, and like I said in my other video, when um when I have reacted about Rikishi responding on WWE making WWE making Jey Uso defend that world title against Gunther and Jey Uso losing the match, that's kind of unfair. Excuse me. From my opinion, that's kind of unfair be- because what is the point of putting Gunther? No, 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 I take that back. Putting Jey Uso in the match, making him defend his world title, and then after that, Jey Uso lost right there, and Gunther became a two-time world champion. That doesn't see all this doesn't add up. I'm sorry, y'all, but if you think I'm crazy, trust me, I am not crazy. I'm just speaking facts here. You know, I don't think it's fair for Jey Uso to lose his world title because, like I said, the people and the fans are not. They're not. They're not giving him a chance to prove that he can be the longest reigning world champion. You know, because in my mind, I think in my mind, the only reason why is because they rather have their favorite superstar to hold the world championship, but not Jey Uso. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, y'all. I know y'all better than this, but let's continue watching this video. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, that don't add up. Yeah, I don't get why they made Jey Uso. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. Tell me why I went on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Why John? Why John? What's that dude's name? Jonathan Coachman. He was a former GM on Monday Night Raw and former announcer at the WWE commentary table. But yeah, man. Tell me why I was on Twitter and Jonathan Coachman talks about uh he speaks on talks about Vince McMahon might buy back WWE. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I really don't have nothing to say on that part because I do not think that Vince McMahon is going to buy back WWE. And as far as that, it's bad enough that Vince McMahon uh already released like so many superstars from being fired and stuff. But yeah, I don't see why uh John Jonathan Coachman talks about Vince McMahon wants to buy back WWE. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So no, I don't see. No, absolutely not. I swear to God, if they bring Vince back and have something again, I don't. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna be so pissed off and lose it if WWE brings back Vince McMahon so that he can run the company again. Like, yeah, yeah, let's play the video. I really don't have nothing to say about this guy.
Goldberg is challenging Gunther for the world title seems to confirm previous reports about why WWE pulled the title off Jey Uso. Now, the current belief is that Jey's title win was never booked to be long, and that WWE wanted Goldberg versus Gunther to be over a world title match to make the match seem even bigger. According to The Observer, when the decision was made to put the title on Uso, it had already been decided that it would be a short reign and that he would lose it back to Gunther. With Jey Uso advancing to the semi-finals of the King of the Ring tournament, some fans believe Jey will win the tournament at Night of Champions and then challenge Gunther again at SummerSlam. I guess WWE's real plan was just to have it as a feel-good moment for WrestleMania, and then as per their plan, he would have dropped it to Gunther anyway.
Karen, man, listen, this dude right here, Karen Cross, I don't see him being that girl in the ring, you know.
Next up, Stephanie
And
McMahon
by
drops a truth
like,
bomb on
I'm
Vince
not no
McMahon.
Karen
Now, Stephanie
Cross fan
McMahon
or
isn't
nothing like
holding
that,
back when
but
it comes
like,
to her
I just
father
don't
Vince
think Karen
McMahon.
Cross is
Wrestling's
that good
billion-dollar princess
in the
recently
wrestling
interviewed
ring, you
WWE
know.
President Nick Khan on a What's Your
And
Story podcast, speaking about what
even though that
drives Vince
WWE
McMahon. His mindset was that if he
did
could
not give
survive,
Karen
he
Cross
won. So just surviving
that
was
new
winning and
push
still is
character
winning for him
role
today. And I don't know how you can ever
and
beat
stuff
someone at
like
the end of the
that,
day if
yeah,
all they need to do is to survive to win.
that's because that's because they not making Karen Cross change his role and stuff like that. Even though that Karen Cross always been a heel, but they could at least made him a babyface or something like that.
Nick Khan weighed in on Vince McMahon, noting, "So all credit to him, I only have admiration for him. As Paul said, Triple H said at his Hall of Fame speech, family's complicated. And obviously we don't get into any of that, but in terms of business, that guy's an empire builder." Stephanie continued analyzing what makes her father tick, telling Khan, "Absolutely is, and no one can take that away from him, no matter what, including himself, who's probably his biggest nemesis,
Still don't know nothing
himself."
about this
But
dude.
with Janelle Grant's lawsuit against Vince McMahon and
I
WWE
still
still
don't know
going
nothing about
strong,
this
it's
iguana
unknown how
dude.
things will work out for Vince. However, while the current company line is that Vince McMahon is done with WWE, some fans believe that this could all change depending on how things work out with Vince's various legal battles, and while he won't return running WWE, he may be able to ditch his pariah status. But is WWE telling writers to ignore the fans? Another tantalizing takeaway from Nick Khan's chat with Stephanie McMahon concerns WWE's booking. Khan told Stephanie, "We encourage our creative team and writers, don't program for that. Program for the universe, not for a small portion of the universe that wants to criticize you." Now obviously, whilst they're listening to some aspects as bringing back our truth, they're not listening to others where the main problem seems to stem from the awful theme songs that WWE keeps producing from Def Rebel. Fans have cried out loud with wanting change, and even with the recent hijacking of an NXT show, this still hasn't changed WWE's mind on keeping Def Rebel around. What they're appealing to aren't the fans, it's making the most profit as possible. It's understandable why Khan appears to take this route, however one day it could majorly backfire. Next up, an entire WWE PLE card is up in the air. Now, Liv Morgan's recent injury on Raw was unfortunate not only for her but for WWE's plans for its upcoming Evolution PLE. A new report in this week's Observer states the Evolution show has to be redone due to Liv Morgan's injury, and the entire card is up in the air. WrestleVotes previously noted, "I was told this morning that injury has caused a lot of the Evolution card to basically be scrapped, to be ripped up and starting from scratch, because she was pegged for the big time tag team match that isn't going to happen now. The spot is going to be filled by somebody else, and it's going to have a lot of ripple effects." Morgan has been a featured player on Raw for over a year, and fans and pundits alike are pondering who will step in to take her place not only at Evolution, but on the Red brand. One rumor is that Roxanne Perez could take Liv's spot. Given how WWE has teased tension between Liv and Roxanne Perez prior to Morgan's injury, WWE may find itself in an advantageous spot for Roxanne Perez. Next up, did Karrion Kross say goodbye to WWE? Now, is Karrion Kross leaving WWE? That's one of the biggest questions among WWE fans as they ponder the two-time NXT champion's future in the promotion, especially in light of the rumors that his current contract ends this summer. A fan recently posted a video of Kross and his wife Scarlett Bordeaux exiting the arena after a match on Main Event, which thought Kross was waving goodbye to his many fans. However, Fightful Select recently addressed the situation, stating there were some who were concerned that Karrion Kross and Scarlett did a farewell after his Main Event taping match on Monday. We're told by those internally that it was a good soldier nod. Kross remains one of WWE's most popular yet underutilized superstars. If the promotion doesn't reach an agreement with him, it could be one of WWE's biggest blunders in recent memory. Next up, is Mr. Iguana yesterday's news already in WWE? A move over Mr. Iguana, as WWE now has a new favorite luchador in mind. WrestleVotes is reporting, "We're told WWE has a significant interest in making yet another AAA star a prominent part of their main roster, that being Psycho Clown. Psycho Clown, who is a third-generation wrestler, has been working under his current gimmick with AAA since 2007 and also appeared briefly on TNA television back in 2019. WWE is said to be intrigued by his character and the marketing abilities that are attached to it. Now, all kidding aside about Mr. Iguana, who WWE decided to debut
All right,
on the main
guys.
roster
So
rather than
I'm gonna
have
go
him
ahead and
work in
stop that
NXT
right
first,
there.
but if
And
WWE does
if
sign
you guys
Solo
enjoyed that
Carl, it's
video,
further
once
evidence of how
again, go
WWE is
ahead and
treating
hit that like
marketability
button.
as a major factor
And
in its plans for a
let me
talent.
know
You may
let me
recall
know in the
Meltzer's
comment
recent
section below
comments. The thing
on
I think
what
is
other
important,
videos
and
you
is a
guys
real
want me to
takeaway, is a
react
lesson
to.
that is far more
And
important as a
with
wrestler to
that being
come up with
said,
something
Slay
unique along with
101
having
signing out,
ability
y'all.
than just worrying
Peace.
about your ability. Whilst this is just speculation,